But just know that behind closed doors, she is an absolute demon. She's put her hands on me. She's kicked me in the ribs, grabbed me by the hair, slammed my head into various surfaces. She loved the countertops.
Aiden says the abuse started when he was 10 and that his mother would plant razors and box cutters in his room.
If these parents, the 6-month-old and the 11-month-old, did not bring their babies to the hospital when they did, it would be devastating. These babies would not be here with us today. Hello, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you would like to help me reach my goal of 100 subscribers by December, you know what to do. Subscribe down below. Today we'll be discussing a terrible person, in my opinion. I must say everything in this video is alleged. Today we'll be discussing Ana Amato. Who is Ana Amato? She's a 59-year-old resident from Okeechobee, and I apologize if I pronounced that right, but that city is located in Florida. And she's a babysitter that operates out of her house. She had a great reputation about being well-liked and considered a great babysitter. The community thought highly of her not only as a babysitter, but as a mother to her son Aiden. Everywhere in the news you hear horror stories about daycares mistreating children, and it's not all daycares, but sometimes they just have a terrible person working there and they might, I don't know if I could say that word, they might mistreat the children. And at Anna's, that just wasn't the case. The community felt their kids were safe with her. So now let's go to February 12th, 2025, when a mother brings her 11-month-old to Anna's, and it's around 9:30 a.m. It's like any other drop-off. She hugs, kisses her son goodbye, passes him off to Anna. Now, when the mother left, her baby was happy, lively, in a good mood, and she thought he's in good hands. Throughout the day, Anna and the mom were in communication. They were always texting, and it was just normal check-ins, the mom asking, is everything okay? And Anna confirming that her son is fine. At around 2:25 p.m., Anna messages the mom asking if she can put her son down for a nap. The mother, of course, agrees. Who wants to pick up a cranky baby? None of this is out of the ordinary. What do babies do? They pee, they poop, and they sleep. Later, around an hour after the baby's nap, the grandma picks him up. She instantly notices something's off. There's some odd behavior going on. The baby was more tired than usual. And keep in mind, he just slept for an hour, and then she takes him home and he sleeps for another 2 hours. And after those 2 hours pass, his mother comes and picks him up. And she realizes her son's very tired, lethargic, and then he also couldn't hold his head up. And this is something that he hasn't had difficulty doing. When they were transferring the 11-month-old from the grandma's car seat to the mother's car seat, he was unresponsive. And the grandmother and mother knew something was not right. And that concern really only grew when the son started vomiting. His vomit had an odd smell. It was sticky to the touch and clear. In that moment, she called her husband, and her husband agreed. Take him straight to the hospital. He needs to go to the ER. So she rushes him there. The doctors at first are like, it could be a bad bug or pneumonia. They weren't too concerned at first until his condition worsened rapidly, and it ultimately left him in critical condition. In total, this poor baby was taken to 3 different hospitals. He went into full cardiac arrest and had life-performing CPR for 10 minutes performed on him. And then they had to put him on life support. So the doctors are running all these tests and everything keeps coming back negative until one doctor suggested that they take a test for oxidized crystals in his urine. Now, this test came back positive. There's only 2 ways that this test would come back positive. One is a genetic disorder, and the second is if they had ethyl glycol poisoning, which is antifreeze. So it would mean that they ingested antifreeze. Visible effects of this poisoning are fatigue, being lethargic, vomiting, and diarrhea. If ingested orally, it can take around an hour or 2 to be absorbed into the body and for those effects really to show. So this child clearly ingested antifreeze today, the same day he was brought to the hospital. Now, I'm sure everyone's asking, how would an 11-month-old ingest antifreeze? He wasn't crawling yet. He wasn't walking. This baby could barely hold a bottle and feed himself. After that test came back positive, the hospital knew the police needed to be involved. It was confirmed based on the timeline that the grandmother could not have given him this antifreeze, leaving the next person in question, Anna, the babysitter. Of course, Anna says, I didn't give him the antifreeze. All she gave him was the breast milk that the mother gave her. The mother did confirm that she provided Anna with 2 3.5-ounce bottles, where only 1 ounce was missing. 11-month-old baby should be drinking more than 1 ounce of milk throughout the day. I mean, my 6-month-old eats around a liter a day and eats solids. While Anna was talking to the police, she told them there was no other adults in the house during the time that the 11-month-old baby was in her care. She confirmed the baby was never even around antifreeze. And Anna confirmed that the baby was never even out of her sight. Anna told the police that the baby was acting normal around drop off between her and the grandmother. She also confirmed that even though her husband typically comes home for lunch every day, today he didn't. But then when police speak to her husband, they hear a different story. He confirms, yeah, I did come home. And that was confirmed by cameras in the area. That's a little suspicious. Why would you lie about something so small? Now, her husband works at a car part shop. So the police ask, is it possible that you came in contact with antifreeze? Is it on your uniform? Babies put everything in their mouth. Maybe put his uniform in their mouth, which Anna quickly shuts down. She says her husband never holds the babies. It's only her, which how can we believe her now as she lied about something? An interesting fact is that Anna would not let the police interview her unless her husband was present. The questioning was brought to an end by her husband when the police brought up a 2014 incident where Anna was also being accused of poisoning. So now I'm wondering, we heard that she was a trusted, well-liked babysitter. How did no one know about this case? Back in 2014, a 6-month-old baby was rushed to the hospital after leaving Anna's house. This baby had the same symptoms as the 11-month-old baby that we were just talking about. He was overly tired, he was lethargic, he was vomiting. It was also recorded that this baby must have ingested antifreeze. He had the same poisoning. The mother went to the police, she filed a police report, and she stated that Anna was caring for the baby the entire day. So we already know it takes 1 to 2 hours for it to be absorbed in the body. So who else could have gave the baby that poisoning? The husband went to pick their child up, and when he did, he realized that the child was not acting like themselves, and he became concerned. After they brought the baby to the hospital, his condition worsened, and he also had to be put on life support. This poor baby also had to go to multiple hospitals and was also in critical condition. No charges were filed, but the similarities are uncanny. If these parents, the 6-month-old and the 11-month-old, did not bring their babies to the hospital when they did, it would be devastating. These babies would not be here with us today. Fortunately, they did the right thing and they brought them to the hospital and got them help. So now the mystery is, what happened? The police got down to business and started investigating. After getting a search warrant, they located 2 antifreeze bottles in Anna's garage. One was full and one was missing around 2.5 cups of antifreeze. After a toxicology expert was brought into this investigation, they were able to confirm that the poisoning occurred during the time that Anna had the baby. Now, the police did press charges against Anna. She was arrested on October 3rd, 2025 in Georgia and extradited back to Florida. So around 8 months after this all began, Anna was finally arrested. She was being charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated CA, and poisoning of a child with a liquid substance. In the case of the 6-month-old, no charges were pressed, but they are reviewing that case now. So after all of this comes out, Aiden, who we heard Anna was such a great mom to, he came out and did an interview. And in this interview, he's saying that Anna lives a double life. Let's watch a little bit of this now.
She puts on a good front. She puts on a great front. She was well known around Okeechobee, but just know that behind closed doors, she is an absolute demon.
Aiden Adamo is talking about his mother, 59-year-old Anna.
I was happy and I was relieved that she's finally in prison. She becomes an absolute monster. She's put her hands on me, she's kicked me in the ribs, grabbed me by the hair, slammed my head into various surfaces. She loved the countertops primarily.
Aiden says the abuse started when he was 10 and that his mother would plant razors and box cutters in his room, then pretend to find them, making him look dangerous, leading to years of treatment and hospital stays.
There was so much dish soap in my cereal and my chili, for example. You could see the bubbles and the little rainbow swirls. She went as far as pinning my head into the table like that and like force feeding me with a spoon if I didn't want to eat it.
What Aiden went through is the 8 word. I'm sure I'm not allowed to say that on YouTube, so I'm just going to say the 8 word. It was physical and mental. I cannot imagine growing up with a mother like Anna. The violence, being force-fed chemicals. I hope Aiden has, or that he's able to work through the pain that he's experienced growing up. Bruises go away, but these scars mentally, they stay forever. I hope he's surrounded by a good group of supporters, and I'm very happy that he was able to share his story. And I hope now that people believe him. Him coming forward and being a voice against his mother could also help him during this healing process. So I wish him all the best. I'm thinking Anna must get joy out of hurting people, hurting children. I feel like it makes her feel like she's in control because they're so little and helpless. I think a person like her should not be able to walk freely in this world. I'm happy that they caught her and arrested her, but unfortunately, she was given the chance to post bail and she did. She posted bail for $600,000 and I'm sure it's a percentage of that. And that was on October 15th, 2025. And now we wait to see what happens. Will it go to trial? Will she plead guilty? Time will only tell. I wish Aiden and both of these babies' families all the best. Hopefully they can bring charges forward for the 6-month-old's case. What these babies went through is terrible. There's really no other way to describe it. People like Anna need to be stopped. People that prey on children deserve to be in a cell, in a jail cell. Well, I'm sorry to leave you on such a dark note, but that is all I have for you today. I do hope the rest of your day goes well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have a good one. Bye.